When American rapper Wiz Khalifa stepped onto the stage at a Romanian music festival in the summer of 2024, few could have predicted that the performance would later result in a prison sentence handed down more than a year later. Known worldwide for his laid-back persona, cannabis advocacy, and chart-topping hits, Khalifa has long cultivated an image that aligns closely with marijuana culture, an image that has rarely caused serious legal trouble in the United States. Romania, however, operates under a very different legal framework. On December 18th, a Romanian appellate court sentenced the 38-year-old artist to 9 months in prison after finding him guilty of illegal drug possession for personal use. The ruling stems from an incident at the Beach Please Festival in the coastal town of Costinești, where prosecutors say Khalifa possessed and consumed cannabis during his live performance. The case has sparked international attention, not only because of Khalifa's celebrity status, but also because it highlights the sharp contrast between US and European drug laws and the potential risks faced by artists who tour globally without fully understanding local regulations. The incident: what allegedly happened at the festival? The legal case centers on events that took place in July 2024 during Khalifa's appearance at the Beach Please Festival, one of Romania's largest and most popular music events. The festival draws tens of thousands of attendees each year, many of them young fans, and often features international headliners. According to Romanian prosecutors, law enforcement officers observed Khalifa smoking what appeared to be cannabis while on stage. Following the performance, authorities allegedly detained him briefly and conducted a search that resulted in the discovery of more than 18 grams of marijuana. Under Romanian law, cannabis is classified as a dangerous drug, and possession, even for personal use, is considered a criminal offense. Prosecutors later stated that Khalifa's public consumption of the substance during a live performance was a significant factor in how the case was handled. At the time of the incident, Khalifa was not taken into custody for an extended period, nor was he jailed immediately. Instead, the case moved into Romania's judicial system, where it would remain for months before reaching a courtroom. Romanian drug laws: why this case is different. To many American observers, the severity of the sentence came as a shock. In much of the United States, marijuana has been legalized for recreational or medical use, and public attitudes toward cannabis have shifted dramatically over the past decade. Romania has not followed that trend. Cannabis remains illegal under Romanian law, and possession, even in relatively small amounts, can result in criminal charges. While Romanian courts sometimes issue fines or suspended sentences for first-time or low-level offenses, incarceration remains a legal possibility. Legal experts familiar with Romanian criminal law note that courts often consider aggravating factors when determining punishment. In Khalifa's case, prosecutors argued that the drug use occurred in a public setting. The act was performed on stage in front of a large audience. The audience included young people. Khalifa's status as a public figure amplified the impact of the act. These factors, prosecutors said, justified a harsher punishment than what might be imposed in a private possession case. The initial fine and the prosecutor's appeal. Earlier in 2025, a lower court issued what many believed would be the final outcome, a criminal fine of approximately 3,600 Romanian lei, equivalent to roughly $830 USD. The fine was imposed for illegal possession of dangerous drugs, and at the time it appeared the case might quietly conclude. Prosecutors, however, were not satisfied. Romanian authorities appealed the decision, arguing that the penalty did not adequately reflect the seriousness of the offense or its public nature. They contended that Khalifa's actions, particularly smoking cannabis on stage, sent the wrong message and warranted a custodial sentence under Romanian law. The appeal moved the case to a higher court, where judges re-examined the evidence, legal arguments, and sentencing guidelines. The final ruling: 9 months in prison. Under Romanian law, this ruling is considered final. The sentence does not automatically mean that Khalifa will be taken into custody immediately, nor does it guarantee that he will ever serve time in a Romanian prison. However, it does create a standing conviction and custodial sentence under Romanian jurisdiction. The court did not issue a public statement detailing its full reasoning, but legal analysts suggest the judges likely agreed with prosecutors that the public nature of the offense justified a harsher punishment. Extradition questions: will Khalifa serve time? One of the most pressing questions following the ruling is whether Khalifa will actually serve the 9-month sentence. As a U.S. citizen who does not reside in Romania, Khalifa is not currently within the jurisdiction. For him to serve time, Romanian authorities would likely need to pursue extradition or rely on international legal cooperation. Legal experts point out several important factors. The United States does not typically extradite its citizens for drug possession offenses that would not be considered crimes under U.S. law. Extradition treaties generally prioritize serious crimes such as violent offenses or large-scale trafficking. There has been no public indication that Romanian authorities plan to request extradition. As a result, many legal analysts believe it is unlikely Khalifa will ever serve the sentence unless he voluntarily returns to Romania or travels to a country willing to enforce the judgment. That said, the conviction could still carry consequences, including potential travel restrictions or complications if Khalifa attempts to perform in Romania or certain neighboring jurisdictions in the future. Public influence and celebrity accountability. Romanian prosecutors reportedly emphasized Khalifa's influence as a public figure in arguing for a harsher sentence. This approach reflects a broader trend in some European legal systems, where courts may impose harsher penalties on high-profile individuals to discourage similar behavior by the public. Supporters of the ruling argue that celebrities should be held to the same or higher standards as ordinary citizens, especially when performing before young audiences. Critics, however, question whether the sentence is disproportionate given the non-violent nature of the offense and the evolving global attitudes toward cannabis. The case has reignited debates over whether drug laws should be reformed to reflect modern realities, particularly as international tourism and global entertainment continue to grow. Khalifa's career context, a cannabis-friendly image. For most of his career, Khalifa has been closely associated with cannabis culture. From lyrics to public appearances, marijuana has been a recurring theme in his music and brand. In the United States, this image has rarely caused legal problems. Khalifa has spoken openly about marijuana use, collaborated with cannabis brands, and performed in states where recreational use is legal. Internationally, however, that image can become a liability. Artists touring abroad are subject to local laws, regardless of their home country's regulations. Legal experts often warn musicians to familiarize themselves with the laws of every country they visit, a warning that cases like Khalifa's underscore.
While the legal case unfolded, Khalifa experienced major changes in his personal life. In the same year as the Romanian incident, he welcomed a child with his partner, Amy Aguilar, marking his second time becoming a father. He also shares a son with his former partner, model and television personality Amber Rose. Friends and fans have noted that Khalifa has largely remained quiet publicly about the Romanian case, focusing instead on family and professional commitments. Industry impact, a warning to touring artists. The ruling has sent ripples through the international music industry. Managers, promoters, and legal advisors are increasingly emphasizing the importance of legal compliance abroad. Key takeaways for artists include: local laws apply regardless of personal beliefs or home country legality. On-stage actions are subject to the same scrutiny as private behavior. Public performances can carry heightened legal consequences. For festivals and promoters, the case may prompt stricter guidelines for performers and closer coordination with local authorities. What happens next? As of now, there is no indication that Wiz Khalifa will be extradited or imprisoned. His legal team may explore options such as challenging enforcement of the sentence internationally, seeking legal remedies under Romanian law, avoiding travel to jurisdictions where the sentence could be enforced. For fans, the case remains a reminder that global fame does not insulate artists from local laws, and that cultural differences can carry serious legal consequences. Conclusion: a case that reflects a changing world. Wiz Khalifa's 9-month prison sentence in Romania is about more than one artist or one performance. It reflects the complex intersection of global entertainment, national law, and shifting cultural norms. As marijuana legalization continues to expand in some parts of the world, while remaining strictly prohibited in others, cases like this are likely to become more common. For now, Khalifa's sentence stands as a legal reality in Romania, even if it never results in time behind bars, and as a cautionary tale for artists navigating an increasingly interconnected world.